Hello, welcome to another episode of Love Unscripted with Gitanas. Um, I'm Lady T. My husband is the T with Tomisi. I will be all right. And today we'll be addressing the issue of decision making and submission in marriage.
Good afternoon, Eternals. We are the Oduwoles, and I'm Tayo, and this is my beautiful wife.
Hi, Tanas. My name is Ife.
You have a pressing issue right now that I'm really worried about.
It's not personal. Should be calm down. So yes, my husband here got a car
Okay.
without asking me or without telling me. I kind of like feel left out because I'm his wife and he's supposed to ask for my own opinion. Like my opinion is needed in anything he does, right?
Ife, I want to ask you a question. Just one question. Who is the head of this house?
You are the head of the
Let
house.
me know. Who is the head of this house again?
You.
Now,
I'm
do you trust me?
Of course, I trust you.
You really, you trust Tayo, right?
Of course.
Now, it's like any decision I make, it's like you don't trust. That's why you question everything I'm doing. Now, I bought a car to surprise you, to make you feel like, okay.
No,
So, am I stupid?
you're getting everything wrong.
Okay.
I appreciate everything you do. I
So,
really appreciate it.
so why are you
All I'm just
complaining?
saying is that whatever steps you take, let me know. Like, tell me. My opinion is needed in anything you do. That's why I am your wife.
See, yes, we are partners. We are lovers. You should be able to trust everything I'm doing, that I can't put you on the wrong path. Do you understand? So that's why I'm doing all this. And you shouldn't make it feel as if I don't know what I'm doing, because that's initially what you're saying right now.
All I'm saying is that whatever step or decision you make, you should ask me. Ask me, babe. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Ask me. Just tell me.
Okay.
Anything you want to do, tell me.
Do you know I'm the captain in this boat?
We are both the captains in this boat. I am your wife and we are one.
Everything I say is supposed to stand. You're supposed to trust my decision. So that's
I'm not saying I don't trust your decision. No.
The fact that you don't trust me is giving me a headache. We are not supposed to be having this issue. We are not supposed to be talking about these things because you don't trust me. That's why. I'm worried about all these things you're doing right now.
Worried?
Yes. You don't trust me. You said I'm not man enough to make any decision in this house.
Your words, not mine.
Decision making and submission. That already sounds very man, woman, and I guess this war of the sexist thing, I'm wondering when we're going to end it. But anyways, I think I will let me jump in at the beginning. You see, and I will start with the issue of who's supposed to make the decisions. You hear them both asking, no, but I'm the man, I'm the pilot of this house. And she's saying, no, I'm the pilot also, right? I think that, and for me, I'll use a very simple example. I remember for the first time, I had a friend who I was going to go into business with, and he said something to me that made me understand how a good partnership works. He said to me, when you have two leaders, in a partnership, you are supposedly have equal rights to the control of an item. What happens is there will be certain areas that you are stronger at, and certain areas that you are stronger at. What happens in those circumstances is that we will give. It's almost like you will submit to that person in that area, and this person will submit to this person in that area. It doesn't mean you don't have an influence over what the decision is. But what happens is, let's imagine that both of us are running a business and you are the one who handles finance. One of them is the one who is an accountant and the other one who is the one that has skills with baking bread and they own a bakery, right? When it comes to financial decisions, this person goes through the details and the processes and then comes up with a decision and then goes to the other partner, informs the other partner and asks for the other partner's opinion about the decision that he wants to make, right? Now it's just in vice versa. If they are going to change the type of bread that they are producing, right? If he comes up with a new design, he will bake that bread and then bring the bread and say, see this bread that I baked, right? Before I now make it into the product that we now start to sell, this is a sample of it.
Yeah.
What do you think? But if he goes ahead and he bakes the bread and buys, and starts to release the bread, and then there's feedback or there's complaint, and the person says, even if it was good feedback, he just only finds out that they have started baking a new type of bread. The person is going to feel like, the person is not in consideration, right? Now, take note, in the two circumstances that are created, one person is the pilot, right? In that circumstance, when it comes to finances, this person is the pilot, which means that person is in charge of that matter until the point where the consideration is needed. Now, when you break the partnership is when you fail to request for their contribution. And so in a marriage, it is a partnership of sorts, but in different circumstances, somebody will have to lead. Let's again use a final example. If an MD of a company, right, and the company was a finance company, right, the MD makes the decisions, but he cannot make those decisions alone without considering the contributions of the members of his executive board or whatever it is that situation is. It's the way a man must also lead his home. He must realize that his decisions will have an impact on the people in this place. So their consideration is important in your decision making. Okay, just tomorrow morning, you just say, I'm going to Ibadan. Are we not going to pack bag? What about the children? What are they going to eat? Is it a 2-hour journey? Is it a 5-hour journey? You can't just make your decisions in isolation of your partner. And so for me, the answer to it is very clear. While the man is supposed to take the lead, he must, if he's a good man, take full consideration of the people in his household, and very importantly, the consideration of his wife.
I totally agree with what he has said. Looking at the example of what the Oduwoles share, carrying your wife along or seeking her opinion about things doesn't make you less of a man. It does not reduce your importance or your value as a man in any way. Whether you are still the head of the home, she's not usurping your authority. She's not suddenly saying you are not important, or like the challenge there. The husband felt like she didn't trust his decision making. She didn't think he was intelligent enough to make decisions. I remember we went for a program and we're all talking. And we ladies, we sometimes feel like if only men will listen more to us, they will have less problems. Because what happened was we were talking about decision. This whole men, a lot of times men don't want to carry their wives along. They're having challenges. They want to sort it out by themselves. They don't want to share with the wife. They want to carry everything by themselves. Why? Is it that you are thinking that we are not smart enough to understand what you're going through? Is it that you think that we are not intelligent enough to suggest solution? However, you will find out that when a man actually shares with his wife what it is that he's going through, even if she cannot do anything about it, she can pray with him. she can pray about it. And so, hiding, not wanting, and it doesn't reduce who you are as a man when you do that. We are your helpmates, We are there to help ease the process of, the thoughts, the decision. Why?
I'm not doubting what you're saying. So you are speaking correctly. However, I want to tell you the reason why men tend to hide, or why it seems like they won't take decision without, the influence. Now, most men, when a problem comes, they want to attack it logically, right? Usually, a woman's reaction, again, I have to be careful before they answer me. A woman's first, instinct,
Okay.
it's usually emotional.
Okay.
problem is, hey, voila, and then, you get all, and they can get all dramatic.
So what you need to do is, you have it's something that can get dramatic. You will first of all tell us.
No. Let me finish. The thing is, you see, we also know that your reaction to it, can throw us off. It can make us now, what you're trying to arrange in your mind. Hey, my wife is worried. That's just that thought coming into your mind can scatter whatever your approach. Because again, it's out of care. It's out of love. You're concerned about her. You're like, I don't want to put this heavy. This thing is heavy for me. Then I suddenly drop it on my wife. You want to deal with it, or at least have it in control in such a way before you then share with the person. Now, it is in that process many times that the man loses control. And I'm not necessarily advocating that that's how men should treat it. But I want women to understand why men react that way. So, again, a man gets into trouble. He's already panicking in his mind. He's trying to apply his mind, and he needs a bit of silence to organize himself. Then somehow the wife hears about it. Hey, and she gets all, and that can even become the bigger problem than the problem. So maybe this is some kind of advice in that you in your own case, for example, when I have a problem to deal with, the first thing is, let's pray about it. I'm like, there is problem. Okay, you know what? Go and pray. Let me focus on what the problem is. So, and in a way, that for me feels like an emotional response, because God will see the problem before He sends it my way. How does praying about it fix the problem? Yeah, I'm not doubting what you will with you, and I'm in agreement with you, right? But action, can we take action?
You have forgotten that the Bible says that in all your ways acknowledge Him.
Yeah,
and if you direct your path, don't put God last.
No,
put God first.
This is why you should marry Pastor Mrs. Because
so
shall pray. When last man stop in me, the first, I take a bad one. Our last man did that.
Anyway,
we are not in disagreement.
We are not in disagreement. Yes. So anyway, so what we're saying, when it comes to decision making in the home, a man should well, yes, you might have things you're trying to process and understand, or get clear in your head and all, but please just carry us along, because we don't want to seem like we don't want to seem irrelevant in scheme of things in the home.
Yeah.
So there's some, and we're not saying everything what to do. Can I buy water? Babe, can I buy no. That's not what we're talking about here. It's just, particularly the major decisions, things that are really going to affect the home. Like in the question or in their concerns, the guy was buying a car. If it was a surprise gift, it's a different thing entirely. If it was a surprise gift, it's a different thing entirely.
But you know that the truth is, everything. It's hard to do surprises. And that's the challenge that we have, right?
Yes.
I can't do any surprise only because you already know everything.
Yes.
So they can't be angry that there's no romantic benefit.
But there are ways to, to surprise. Oh, let us focus now.
We are focused. We are very focused.
When it's a decision that is going to really affect the home, like, you're getting a new car, or you want to change your house, or it's a career change, you can't just suddenly come home and tell your wife,
I've changed job.
Or we are moving to Ghana tomorrow. Like,
that's not
carry the person along. And it doesn't make you less of a man. The fact that there are times that people might even call my husband or something, and he will say, let me speak with my wife, I'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make him less of a man that he says, I'll get back. Or sometimes I don't even say I'll speak with my wife. He might just say, I'll get back to you. And then both of us will now discuss it. And then he will get back to the person. The person does not even need to know that I was involved in this decision making. And it reminds me of, for instance, even what we spoke about when we were speaking about the in-laws earlier. You might find yourself in situations where, your in-law is asking for something. Both of you, it's always better that both of you are discussing those things before that decision is made. So that even though they may not acknowledge, it happens to us kind of all the times. One person gives, a gift to somebody, to maybe an in-law or somebody, and then they just thank the person and they move on. They're not thanking the other person without realizing that, well, both of you, I know, but that's when we spoke about not being petty and all of that. And now, looking at the other side of this, where the husband felt like his wife didn't trust him, it's not about trust or not trust when she says, carry me along. It's just, let's discuss it. Don't, just, share with me. And then we were speaking about submission, that I'm the head of the home. I'm the head of the home. So anything I do, anything I say, we're not dragging power.
The real issue is the fact that you're not having to say it is important, right? I think that, well, a lot of women, yes, need to, go back to the old ways of acknowledging their husband and allowing them to be leaders in their homes, right? Because again, I was going to give the example of even going to secondary school, when they say, okay, this person is now the head boy
Or class captain.
class captain. He was before your classmate,
Yeah.
and he remains your classmate, but you all have agreed that this is the person to lead. And then after a couple of months, you'll be wondering, you are the ones that made you class captain. How come you're the one taking all the decisions? It's actually not easy for the man who has to have to take the decision. So it's not like it's, there's nobody who wants to, I am king and be God. No. And especially if the man is a wise man, right? There's no need to be lauding your leadership, especially because she appointed you as leader and she can dethrone you. So the earlier you lead with wisdom, the better for you, right? Which is why once you started behaving like a tyrant leader, your wife will start becoming disobedient. She will start becoming rebellious, right? And part of that is this thing that we're talking about. If she feels like she's part of the decision making, if she feels like she's, her opinion counts, then she won't question your leadership, right? But on the other hand, I always say to women, when your man feels safe around you, when he feels vulnerable and, he doesn't feel like he needs to always stand up and be a man, or it is I need to prove a point to her, she doesn't respect me. Once he gets into that mode, then rarely would he want to do things with you in consideration. You see, marriage is about balance. I keep telling people that one of the most important things God wants to teach us in marriage is the ability to, it's almost lead but submit. Submit and lead. Now, how does a woman lead? You are the one who knows your king. And a good Daniel knows how to get the king to do the right thing. I said that a man's job as a leader is domination, is to take control. A woman's job as a woman is to influence positively the decisions that the king will make. This is why they say the kingmaker is more important than the king. If you are a good kingmaker, your king will be excellent. The degree to which a man behaves is heavily dependent on the woman. But she's not going to go around saying, I'm the king, I'm the one controlling the king, whatever the king does, I'm the one to know. You will never see kingmakers making noise. They are never there fighting the king. You won't even know that they have any relationship with the king. They just see that the king, when he wants to make a wrong decision, somebody whispers to the kingmaker tells the king, my wife does this so much. Talking. I'm like, what am I showing that is going on? Right? How many times do I kick your whole leg on? These are the things we go through. But anyways, we still need to start to round this up. I think that what is critical is, first of all, establishing a system where both of you feel valued, both of you feel safe, both of you feel, loved. Now, once those things are in place, then decision making doesn't become I'm the king, and these my rights. No. If you feel like you're with a friend, what will you do with your friend? In Oremfe Ramoto is shaking ra.
Exactly.
Should I buy this model? Should I buy that model? Should I do this? Should I do that? The friend knows that you are the one to take the decision, right? So he will tell you, don't buy that one that will not be able to use. Me too, I'll drive the car. Okay, that's true. You don't like small cars, I'll be like big one. Okay, so let me buy one that both of us can use. Exactly. It starts on the grounds of friendship. By the time we get to the point where we're having these kind of conversations, friendship's already out the window. And so once you have those scenarios, it means that you need to question, you need to ask yourself about the foundation of your relationship. Why are we contesting, fighting over a car? The car will come, you use it 3 years later, you have sold it. And so the issue is not the car, it's in how both of you are set up as a relationship.
Yeah, and lastly, just to address the issue of submission, the fact that a woman should not see herself as less because she's, maybe deferring to what her husband is saying and all that. The Bible, the best example when it comes to submission is the example of that the Bible has given us relationship between Christ and the church. Christ takes the lead, and the church follows.
Church
We-
executes.
Yes, or we execute and all of that. And so we need each other. We need each other. Christ needs us, and we need Christ. And so we should see it like that. It's not a domineering thing. It's just what it is. He's my husband. He's my head. And I give him the honor that is due to him. And the respect is reciprocal. It's two-way. So women should stop. There's that whole tussle of submission. Yeah, I cannot submit to any man. I cannot. It's not like that. Nobody is saying you suddenly every time you want to sell me and kneeling down, every time you become the slave. You just It's just defer to the fact that this is the person that is like the guy was saying, the sailor, you're co-pilot. Yes.
Yes.
But there is
Somebody
a
has to
big,
drive.
it's like when you're on a plane, there is the pilot, there is the co-pilot. So there's still the person who is the main. When you're in a car, there's one person that is handling the
Driving. They're
steering.
both sitting in front.
So we are in front, but somebody is handling the steering. And so in a relationship, the man should be the one at the steering. And then
And nobody's grabbing the steering.
yes,
Say,
and
no,
say,
I'm not to drive.
it's not a tussle. It's not a tussle. You're beside him, providing advice, providing influence, like my husband has said, and it doesn't make you. In fact, you're more powerful
I'm more powerful.
than. So, any other thing?
No. That's
Okay.
I think it's no. There actually is a lot. I wish that we could. This topic is one that needs to be. Maybe we should talk about it another time because it's a major challenge right now in many marriages. A lot of men and women do not seem to understand how they should drive their craft. Their craft. They're not. People are tussling. There's all this power tussle happening in their homes, and I think maybe it's a topic we should pick up on
Give me another time.
time.
If you need the topic, receive.
Send us a
Next
message.
time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's Love Unscripted with Gitanas. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, whatever. What are the other things that you subscribe, press X, don't press delete, but whatever it is that you're supposed to do it.
All right, then see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Bye.